Welcome to Inverkeithing High School Maths Department. Today we're going to be looking at dividing by 10 and 100. If you have any questions, please feel free to refer to our Numeracy Booklet, which can be found online. This lesson will be very similar to our multiplying and by 10 and 100 lesson, which we had on just before. So if you want to practice both of those skills, watch that one first. Our first question is 450 divided by 10. So just like before, we're going to put 450 into our place value table. So that means it has 4 hundredths, 5 tenths and 0 units. Now here I've written down two important notes to remember when dividing by 10 and 100. The first one, when dividing by 10, move the digits to the right one place. That's because by moving them to the right, we are making our number smaller. So I always start with the digit on the far left. I'm going to move that one place to the right, so it moves into our tens column, being 4 in our tens, 5 in our units, and our decimal point never moves, and 0 in our tenths column. Now you can choose to put 0.0 or you can choose to just write your answer as 45, as that means the same. In our next one, we've got 16 divided by 100. So again, I'm going to put 1 in my tens column and 6 in my units column. This time, as I'm dividing by 100, I need to move my digits 2 places to the right. So again, taking my far left digit, it's going to go 1 column over, 2 columns over. So that is going to be our 1 in our tenths column and 6 in our hundredths column. Now that just looks like the number 16. However, it's because we've forgotten our decimal point and our 0. So our answer there is 0.16. Remembering that our decimal point never moves. Question C and D are very similar. The only thing is that your question has a decimal in it. So 132.4, that's 1 in our hundreds, 3 in our tens, 2 in our units, decimal point on the line, and our 4 in our tenths column. Again, this time I'm dividing by 100, so I'm moving it 2 places to the right. Taking my far left digit, 1, 2, that means now I have 1 in my units column, my decimal point does not move, 3 in my tenths column, 2 in my hundredths column, and 4 in my thousandths column. Lastly, we have 2.64 divided by 10. This time again, we're going to be looking at moving it 1 place to the right. So we've got 2 in our units column, our decimal point doesn't move, 6 in our tenths column, and 4 in our hundredths column. Moving them 1 place to the right, our 2 then moves into our tenths column. So that's going to give me 2 in my tenths column, 6 in my hundredths column, and 4 in my thousandths column. Again, remembering to put in my 0.264. And that is dividing by 10 and 100.